Mr. Kaan Terzioğlu, thank you so much for your time. We're here in New York where VEON has just announced its latest quarterly results. What do you think are the biggest takeaways, especially for global investors?
I think today's announcement was more than just a quarterly announcement because it is a turning point for us. Our business is becoming actually just much more than a telecommunications business. Telecommunications now is not a destination for us, it's a foundation, and we have built three businesses on top of it: financial services, digital life, which is all the services touching the daily lives of our customers, and digital enterprise. And this quarter, we have announced our results: 17% growth. Our telecommunication foundation business grows 7.6%, and our digital services, from finance to life to enterprise, grows 53%. And now 27% of our revenues comes actually from digital services. And I think in 3 years, we will be 50-50. And what's also nice, of course, we see this success in the first half of the year, and we have raised our guidance. Now we are looking for 15-18% top-line growth and 9-12% EBITDA growth. These are 4 percentage points higher growth than that we envisioned at the beginning of the year. I wish I could have predicted better, but at least I'm on the right side. But this growth really makes us excited. And among these results, Pakistan is really the shining star. Pakistan is executing extremely well. We see above 20% growth rates. But more importantly, it has a huge impact on financial services, entertainment, enterprise services, a very balanced, consistent performance. Especially financial services is remarkable. We have 60 million bank accounts. About 27 million of our customers interact with us. We issued 2,500 loans every single day. We issue 1.5 million insurance policies every single day. It's, we transact 16% of the Pakistan's GDP. And these numbers shows how important our role is in the financial services environment in the country. And I'm so glad also to be the #1 entertainment platform. Every time there's a cricket game, it's tamasha. Every time there's a small loan or financial transaction, it is jazz cash. And we just acquired TPL Insurance, which actually strengthens our position in the financial services ecosystem as well. But I think the opportunities are limitless. I mean, Apna Clinic is going to be the way we will be addressing healthcare services in the country. And I think the potential of healthcare services is as big as in Ukraine. In Ukraine, we are #1. We operate a healthcare platform called Healthy. We have a marketplace called Tabletki. So a Ukrainian can arrange a doctor appointment and then have an online consultation, get his list of medicines, and buy it from Tabletki, our marketplace, and the Uklon, our ride-hailing company, will deliver it to their home. And I think this type of ecosystems are critical for countries like Pakistan to provide affordable healthcare to millions of people.
And since you're talking about Pakistan, I was going to come to it, but you answered my question. But I do want to ask, how does the transformation of Jazz to Jazz World play a role in all of this?
As I mentioned to you, we are much more than a telecom company now, and transformation of Jazz into Jazz World is a remarkable example of that. Jazz World today is not a telecommunications company. Jazz World is a consumer and enterprise services company with a telecom license. And that telecom license is a foundation, is our distribution edge, is our competitive advantage. But everything we do puts the customer in the center. And it's about providing services to that customer, whether financial services, entertainment, is our core business. And this is a unique thing about VEON. I don't think there are other companies which takes the same approach. And sometimes our investors complain that, oh, you're doing too many things. I tell them, no, we are doing only one thing. We focus on what matters. What matters is the customer. whatever customer needs is our job to deliver, because in our countries, people are underserved and they deserve to be getting the best service. Maybe 3% of the population of Pakistan will ever be a subscriber to Spotify or Netflix. I am not only interested in that 3%. I want to serve the 97%. And the only way to do that is to make accessible, affordable platforms, and that's the business that we love to be in.
And then bringing that conversation to a more global market, especially considering that VEON is now listed on NASDAQ as well. So how do you think investors are viewing these digital markets, and how has the conversation moved beyond just traditional telecom?
So I think VEON and Kyivstar, the two companies that we have listed on NASDAQ, are unique opportunities for American investors to participate in the growth of emerging markets. And that's the reason actually we opened our office in New York. And the objective of this office is to tell the story of emerging markets, story of Pakistan, story of Ukraine to people who are here, because we have to realize one reality. Capital markets is worth $96 trillion. And 95% of that is in this city. This is the capital of the capital markets. If you are not here, you are nowhere. So that's why we thought, it's our job to come here and not only to talk about our company, but also to talk about the countries that we operate in. You know that we have a program called Invest in Pakistan now. We have also a program that we have been running for more than a year, which actually ended with listing of Kyivstar in NASDAQ, Invest in Kyivstar now. And as the largest enterprises in the countries that we operate in, we think that it is our responsibility to tell the story of the country that we are in to other investors, because we are experiencing the good, the bad, the ugly, and we are happy with our investments in Pakistan. Why not share it with others?
Pakistan is often viewed from the lens of economic challenges around the world, but what gives VEON that confidence in keep investing in Pakistan, and what do you think the rest of the world gets wrong about Pakistan's market?
I think, people have very short attention cycles. They have, they don't have good corporate memory, and they are very easily kind of influenced by anecdotes. I was born in Istanbul. I was born in hyperinflationary environments. I know how an emerging market grows, the stages it goes through. So the day that I came to Pakistan, what I have seen is a country which exactly repeats the same things politically, economically, socially, with a lag of 25 years. I can pretty much see how the industries will evolve. I know that there are challenges, there are current account deficits sometimes, there is sometimes devaluation. There are ways of addressing these issues. And I think, what we bring, that experience and that knowledge of emerging markets, the typical challenges of emerging markets, and if you can have a disciplined approach to that, it's possible to be successful. And I'm so happy that Pakistan is going through one of the best periods of history. Diplomatically, politically, militarily, I think Pakistan is today a regional superpower. And I think we have seen it in the recent events in the Middle East. It's a major force of peace discussions and also military, strength. And this is a unique time, especially for Pakistan, to speak about also as an investment destination. And we are more than happy to take our share of responsibility in that.
And just to follow up on that, is there any particular sector of the market that you see as more potential in Pakistan?
Yes, clearly, with 250 million population, Pakistan has a huge source of human resources. And more importantly, it is also a domestic market for consumer business. And I believe, with education being on the primary critical path, healthcare, financial services, agriculture, actually every industry you look around, there is a possibility of growth, including mining, oil, energy businesses. I think Pakistan is blessed with abundance of opportunities, and all it needed is stability. And what I see last 3 years, first time ever, there is no devaluation in Pakistan. And this type of predictability is exactly what the investors look for. And also the second thing we actually look in countries that we operate in is fair justice system and taxation predictability. And I see also improvements in these areas in Pakistan.
Right. And you put a lot of emphasis on this transformation from telecom to a digital operator. What does that mean for your long-term strategy?
Look, traditional telecom companies have a 32-minute relationship with a customer. People call other people 15, 16 minutes a day, receive calls 15, 16 minutes a day, a couple of messages. And this relationship is basically transforms itself into a value proposition like number of minutes, number of SMSs, number of gigabytes. This is what they sell. I think this is archaic. A digital operator provides its customers meaningful digital services, does not sell raw data, number of gigabytes, sells a service. And I think, this is the first step of moving into the heart and mind of consumers. That's why we call our strategy Digital Operator 1440. 1440 is the minutes in a day. And it symbolizes in the minds of our own people that we don't want to be that 32-minute relationship company. We want to be relevant to our customers every single minute in a day, because that will make us eligible for more services, more revenues. And that's exactly what's happening. But the journey doesn't end there, because you can start from, on one extreme, raw data. Okay, you have services of different natures. Next step will be providing intelligence platforms. And I hate the word artificial intelligence because there is nothing artificial about AI. We call it augmented intelligence. And it's all about augmenting competencies, skills, capacity, capabilities of people. What it means is making a teacher a better teacher, a doctor a better doctor, a journalist a better journalist, a farmer more productive, a small business owner more business savvy. And that's the type of intelligence platform we want to operate also in Pakistan. That means you need a sovereign AI. That means you need to have people, Pakistani engineers, work on Pakistani data, process and develop LLM models that could serve Pakistani people, creating jobs in Pakistan, paying taxes in Pakistan. And that's what I mean by sovereign AI and the intelligent platforms. In the next generation of our value propositions, it is not about selling gigabytes. It's not about selling digital services. It's about offering our customers a better version of themselves. And I think that's a priceless value that we can bring to the market. And that's how we can create the competitiveness of Pakistan at a completely different level.
That's really interesting, because even Amir Ibrahim often talks about being an AI maker, not just an AI taker. And so how do you think that in countries like Pakistan specifically, it's businesses like VEON will help shape the way that AI is developing locally as well?
Sure, we will be, you will see us actually building large language models in partnership with big technology companies. You will see us implementing data centers, again partnering with big technology companies. And there will be very soon, and even today there are examples of it, there will be small buttons in our different applications which will offer that better version of yourself if you want to do a certain activity. And the AI, augmented intelligence, is not a technological evolution. This is an innovation as big as fire, as big as electricity. And the type of impact it's going to have in our lives is going to be unprecedented. And we need to get used to it. Let me give you an example. I don't know whether you have read the book called *Sapiens* by Yuval Harari. There is a very interesting thing about that book because it talks about in the earth, hundred thousands of years ago, Neanderthals and Homo sapiens lived together. And the difference in between these two groups, sapiens had one additional characteristics. They could tell a story. That's it. And they could, of course, tell a story. That means they could lie. They could hallucinate. They could deceive people. They could manipulate people. That characteristic of Homo sapiens, who we are, basically made Neanderthals extinct. With augmented intelligence, Homo augmentus will rise. And Homo augmentus will make Homo sapiens, people like us, extinct. And what I see when I look to my company, my team, people who have difficulty in delegation are not good in using AI. People who are not naturally curious are left behind. And I think, this is going to be choices that every one of us will make individually, whether we are on the path to become a Homo augmentus or whether we will extinct and not exist anymore. The choice will be ours.
And just to bring that conversation back to here, why we're here in New York, as Kyivstar is marking its first year as a NASDAQ-listed company and the opening of the office, if you were to put it simply, what does that milestone mean for VEON and then also all the markets that are attached to it?
Flash forward to the future, I would like to see every one of our countries and companies to have a small presence and footprint in the capital of the capital markets, New York. Whether it's NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange, I think, we need to be heard here and we need to offer American investors to be able to participate in our growth stories. And that's very healthy because as that investments come in, it also comes in with its own governance qualities and standards, which we desperately need in the emerging markets. And I think, this is a beautiful opportunity and both parties could benefit from it. And I hope, maybe a year, 2 years from today, we will have another conversation for Pakistan being in New York.
And if you were to give one message to global investors who've never considered investing in Pakistan, what would that be?
Look, Pakistan is one of the most promising economies in the world, one of the strongest military powers in the world, and one of the most stable countries in these very volatile times. And I think anyone who would like to understand the South Asia and Middle East has to have a good understanding of Pakistan. And there is a lot of responsibility for us, of course, to tell that story.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.